Right, quick little update. Sanding's going well. All the roof, A-pillars and the scuttle panels sort of all done. Sanded down to where I need it. The rear right hand quarter panel's done, and and the door shut on the driver's side. Just finished off this quarter panel now. What I'm using is, like I said, 320 grit. Starting with that. And then once that's done, I'm just dusting it off. Moving on the 400, again give it a dust off, and then finish off in the 600. And it is just as light, that sort of roughish, no difference, but yeah, sort of roughish, feel it sort of quite rough, and obviously that's getting smoother, and then 600's even smoother still. I did have one issue. This little bugger there, I was sanding the roof down, and there was right in, where am I going? In the centre of there was a tiny little 320 was fine. Got the 400. As soon as I got in the 600, I got over this patch, and I could feel it catch something. I thought, oh, it's a bit of grit in the sandpaper or something. But it was a bit of, I don't know, foreign body underneath the etch primer that I put on, that you couldn't feel it was there until you really started getting it sanded as smooth as this. So unfortunately that, when it zooms in, go quite deep, pretty much to the original primer there, which is a bit annoying. So it's left a bit of a, when you run it over, you can sort of feel a tiny indent down. So what I'll probably do is, once the body's all sanded down, I've got a tiny bit of primer left, so I'll just give that little squirt over, sort of a thicker layer, leave that to set, run over that with the 3-stage 324 and 600 sandpapers again, just so that feels, so I can't feel that dipping on there. And then again, once I start putting the colour on, what I'll probably do is just a squirt over that, and then leave that as it is, and then carry on doing the car. And then when I get to that again, it's just got an extra bit of colour on there, so it's not a lot, but just if I do those little extra bits, it'll just make sure, hopefully, that there's a, you won't see that when the clear coat's on it, but we're getting there. Bonnet's the worst bit again, it's a bit of a mess, but yeah, we're getting there. So not much more on the body to do really, just the front wings. With the sanding, I'm not really going over the top and doing all 3 stages of sandpaper on every part of the car, because I don't want to, and I'm not going for an all-out amazing paint job. I just want a nice clean colour on it. So obviously the main panels, which you're going to have, obviously your main panels of visibility are going to be all, everything 320, including all the door shuts. But like the door shuts, I'm not really going to start going over them. I don't think I've gone more than 320 on, to be honest. I might have done 4, but like gaps in beyond the wing, like it's pointless doing 600 grit sandpaper down there, because when the door's on, you're not going to see it. And by the time you've got, say you've got that down to 320 or 400, probably no more than 400, by the time that's got, what, 2 to 3 layers of colour on it, and then I'm probably going to do 3 to 4 layers of clear coat on it, you're not going to see any difference. I'm going to do that much clear coat just in case, if I do get orange peel, I've got a nice thick coat if I need to wet sand it and polish it back. Because the last thing I want to do is get the clear coat on it, and then it get orange peely, and then have to wet sand it down and then go through the lacquer into the paint, because obviously that'll ruin everything. So clear coat, I can just smash those onto it, and then at least I've got a good thick layer if I need to wet sand. But yeah, looking forward to getting this done and getting some colour onto it. But I best get on. Bit of an update, more of the boot and doors are done. Just got the bonnet to sand down, then that is all done, then it's ready for a clean up and sort out. I have, my masking tape has let me down. I think it's Daddy Longlegs down there. Never mind. Yeah, I noticed the other day my masking tapes obviously slipped down. I got a bit of thinners on it, which got the overspray off, but the main thing, a bit of a pain. There's some down there, but obviously you don't want to see that by all the lights and grill and everything's in, but that is going to be quite awkward, so I'm going to try and get a bit of 2.5 or 3,000 wet and dry sandpaper. Just give that a gentle rub over and see what happens. Hopefully it'll come off nicely. Right, I've got rid of most of that. I used 800 grit, wet and dry, and a bit of 12, which is all I had left. Got some of it off. I did also get a bit of 600 to get a little bit more, but there's a bit inside the wing there. Just won't zoom in anyway, but yeah. And obviously it's gone through the lacquer in a few points there, which is a bit annoying, but it is only a small section, there's a bit there, so I'm going to remask up from there, leave it as it is, and sort of worry about it once I get the engine installed. Worst case, I'll just stick some paint on that little top bit, because there's enough area to get a mask lined under there, get some more paint on it, bit of clear on it, and then just do a little wet sanding over that spray line to smooth it. So that'll do for now, better than it was. That is the car and all the panels done and sanded, bonnet's done, back up and everything. So yeah, the bonnet, the mounts were out on the walls up in there, which is just a few bits of wood and a big long screw. I've stuck another bit of wood behind it just to get that bonnet away from the sheeting, because when it's round the other way, the bottom section does get a bit too close to the sheeting. So I've just run the airline over the car and it at low pressure just to get all the worst of the dust off. I'm going to leave it to settle down. The paint and the clear coat is on its way. So once all the dust settles down, I need to bit of a hoover and sweep around on the car, sort some of the masking out, obviously on the wing there, what you know about, sunroof, and just to make sure it's all good and nice again. And then that's pretty much it really. So hopefully next time you see this car, it will be grey. Well, grey matte anyway, before I put the clear coat on it. I've got some tack cloth as well, big bag of green ones. So I'll run them over the car. I'm not going to do it now because obviously I'm moving around. I will still be disturbing dust when I'm cleaning and stuff. So before I squirt the paint over, I will get a tack cloth over it. Many times to get as much of the dust off as I can, and also I'm going to take some as advice, and before I spray it I'm going to get the watering can in, soak all the floor around it, so that's meant to draw dust towards it. So yeah, excited. So hopefully the paint will be on in the next couple of days. I'll get this edited and stick it up.